Now, in order to understand the gift of healing, it is good for us to consider healing in the Bible as a whole. But today we are going to look at healing in the Old Testament. Next week we'll look at it in the New Testament. And after that, we'll look at it in the early church and in the church today. Now, the Old Testament shows very little about the biological causes of sickness. They don't want to know why there is sickness. Whether it is malaria and you say it is mosquito, that is not their business. What the Old Testament believes is that if anything happens to you, God knows about it, and that it is God that has allowed it. If God has not allowed anything to happen to you, you can live for 200 years and nothing will happen to you. So it is only by God's permission that anything can happen. And just to digress a little, you know that the Hebrew mindset is that God has created everything in twos in the world. twos. We call it the dualism. Two. For example, you have man, you have woman. You have darkness, you have light. You have water, you have land. You have life, you have death. Everything. Two, 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 two. And as far as they are concerned, that is how God wants it. Therefore, if anything will happen, the Creator must have given the permission. And we have some references in the Bible. In Psalm 32, verse 8, or Psalm 32, verse 3, it has this to say: when I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my running all day long. So keeping quiet is not even a good thing. Exercise has to be done, because that is how God made the body. And so there is time for you to rest. There is time for you to walk. And not only that, Psalm 38, we look at it. Psalm 38 from verse 3 to 11. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your anger. Neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities are gone over my head. As an heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. I'm troubled and bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long. For my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness of flesh. I am feeble and broken. I have roared my reason of the disquietness of my heart. Lord, all my desire is therefore is before you, and my groaning is not hid from you. My heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it also is gone from me. My lovers and my friends stand aloof from my soul, and my kinsmen stand afar off. No. God causes things to happen. Things don't just happen by accident. They are caused. And who caused them to happen? It is the owner, the creator, who is God. In Psalm 103, verse 3, we can see Psalm 103, verse 3. Who forgives all your iniquities? Who heals all your diseases? And so it is God. God can heal all diseases because he knew about their coming. So if he knew about their coming, he can also put a stop onto it. He can say, you've overstayed. You've finished your work. So go. In other words, in the Old Testament, nothing has ever happened without God knowing about it. And that is their mindset. He caused it to happen. God caused someone to die. God caused someone to live. So everything, you just refer to God. Therefore, sickness and diseases, when they happen, they look back. It is most likely you have offended God. You have sinned. And so God is using this sickness to punish you. And that has been their own mindset. And you will remember the friends of Job. That is what they said. Job, if you think everything is all right, why are you like this? Maybe there is a sin you have committed that you did not know. Now, although we are rejecting the idea that Job's friends came to share, we never heard on record that Job committed any sin. But again, we can take a step further, that God allowed that sickness to come, so that we can learn some certain lessons. One of the lessons is that whatever happens to us, God is looking at us. It could even be a trial of faith sometimes, so that we can know whether truly we can stand or we can break down. Now, deliverance from sickness by God is considered as a mark of divine pleasure. It is God that heals all our diseases. And so we must understand that if God allows the sickness to come, He is the one that can heal all diseases. Now, in Exodus chapter 15, verse 26, it is very clear. Exodus 15, 26. And said, if you would diligently hearken to the voice of the Lord your God, and we do that which is right in His sight, and we give ear to His commandments, and keep all His statutes, I will put none of these diseases upon you, which I have put upon the Egyptians. And He gives a reason. For I am what? I am the Lord who heals you. In other words, our God is the only one that has the power to heal. He has the power to ask our sickness to stay. And so again, we can understand that all that Job's friends were interpreting, that God has done this. If God healed all your diseases and now He allows you to suffer, there is a problem. And so the chief means of such healing in the Old Testament and in Judaism was prayer. If you are sick, go to God in prayer. Now, the